Good evening. I'm Joel from MyPillow, and I'm here to offer you 3 tips on how to improve your sleep habits. We all know somebody who doesn't sleep very well but is still a successful person, but I think that's akin to saying that we know a drunk driver that everything works out for. The fact of the matter is, sleep deprivation can cause many side effects which we know about. For example, lack of attention, risk taking behaviors, a lot of things like that. In fact, a study published by Medical Science Monitor just 2 years ago, extended sleep fatigue can physically damage your hippocampus. Now, that's the area of your brain where it plays a major role in learning and memory. Now, by limiting your stimuli, performing mental exercises, and blanking your mind, you can get to sleep faster and enjoy less restless sleep. It leads to more healthy and productive days. I'll start off by limiting your stimuli. Now, we're in an informational age. I understand that everything goes to our phones, from email, work related items, chat boxes, all of that. The key thing is to give yourself an hour before you go to sleep where you don't even look at your phone. If you have to use it, though, I understand sometimes we're in school, we work with our phone. Just make sure that you put on that blue light filter and you put it on Do Not Disturb. That way, you can at least choose what's distracting you. Now, the next step is to perform mental exercises. What I like to do is I like to take deep breaths. So you breathe in, you count for 3 seconds, take a deep breath, and then you exhale for 3 seconds. What this does is this releases endorphins into your body, which is a hormone that makes you feel good. Now, there are studies that show that being distracted by your phone when you're supposed to be working release those same endorphins. So this is going to give you the same rush that you would normally feel when you're playing around with your phone, but you know it's time for bed. So this is kind of a good substitute for that. And then what I like to do is I like to meditate. Now, there are several different ways to meditate. You can either take a deep breath, just like we said. You can sit cross-legged. You can listen to music. You can categorize how your day went. But what I like to do is I like to choose the bottom-up warm method. What that is I'll lay down, and what I'll do is I'll imagine my feet becoming warm and relaxed. And as you feel the muscles start to relax on your feet, then you move up and you do the same thing with your calves, then your thighs, then your upper body. Soon enough, your entire body is calm and relaxed. And then that takes us to the next step, which is blanking your mind. Now, this is important because a lot of the times we still run through the events of our day in our head, but there's simply not the time. For that last hour of the day, you want to try to imagine nothing. Now, what I like to do is when I'm laying down, I like to imagine a white sheet of paper with nothing on it whatsoever. Once I'm able to achieve this and there's nothing in my thoughts besides for that white piece of paper, what I'll do is I'll force myself to become relaxed. I'll say, "You're relaxed. You're relaxed." Now, sometimes this can't necessarily happen. Maybe you've had a bad day, maybe you've had an eventful day, and things keep racing through your mind. What you want to do when you do that, or more when that happens, is you want to imagine the most serene moment you've ever had in your life. For me, that's a day when I took a boat out to an island and laid in a hammock all day. That's the most relaxing moment of my life, and that's what you need to do. Now, if that part of your life involves another person, what you want to try to make sure is to imagine that that other person can't speak, because you want to limit your stimuli again. Now, if you still can't relax and you still have other thoughts going through your head, you want to distract yourself by exploring that space and time. So, for example, for me on the island, if I'm still having trouble focusing, what I'll do is I'll walk around the island, I'll walk through the beach, I'll feel the sand in my toes, just to make sure that I completely remove everything else besides for the scenario from my head. Now, by this time, you should be ready to sleep. If you're not, you can cycle. You can go back to the very beginning and try it over. That's why you give yourself a full hour to make sure that you have plenty of time to relax. Now, you can repeat it over and over, and the part that matters the most is that all of these exercises, when done in unison, can calm you down to the point where you're ready to sleep. Now, what makes that even better is if you have a nice, comfortable pillow to lay on. So, for all the tips and tricks that I discussed and few others, visit mypillow.com. Thank you. Good night.